Stay safe.
Stay active.
And stay healthy.
Physical activity and sports specialist, and we hope you're keeping active and healthy at home or at school. Welcome back, year 1 and 2. These lessons are aimed at you, and in particular we're going to be working on athletic skills this term, and today's lesson is going to be on jumping. So hopefully you really enjoy jumping and you're going to be able to show us how good you are. In today's session, we're going to be jumping in lots of different ways, and we're going to work on trying to jump as far as we can safely. So in order to do that, we need to make sure we've got a nice clear space to do our PE lesson in. So whether you're working inside or outside, make sure you've got no obstacles, no furniture, nothing in your way, because you want to be nice and safe. And what you are landing on is nice and flat, because we don't want to be too wobbly when we land. So if you want to pause the video there to make sure you've got a nice space to do our jumping lesson in. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to begin our lesson with a warm-up to get our heart beating faster and get our muscles warm and ready for our jumping lesson. Hopefully you've already played a game like this before, and hopefully you'll enjoy it as you go along. So we're going to play Simon Says. And I'm going to say different activities that might be touching different parts of the body, might be jumping in different ways, hopping. And if I say Simon Says, you are to copy it and do it. If I don't say Simon Says, don't do it and carry on doing the activity that you were doing before. Okay, so remember, Simon says, do it. Simon doesn't say, then don't do it. Okay, are we ready? Make sure you've got a clear space. Simon says, march on the spot. Simon says, jump up and down. Touch your toes. Oh, you're still jumping? Simon says, touch your toes. Simon says, touch your ears. Simon says, hop up and down. So hopping is on just one leg, up and down, making sure we bend down knee as we land. Simon says, stop, because that can get tiring. Simon says, put your hands on your hips. Put your hands on your shoulders. Simon says, put your hands on your shoulders. Simon says, clap your hands. Stop. Simon says, stop. Simon says, circle your hips. Draw a circle with your hips. Simon says, walk forwards and backwards. Stop. Were you still moving? Simon says, stop. Simon says, touch something that is a circle shape. So can you find something around you that is circular shape, touch it and come back to me? Did you get it? Okay, Simon says, touch the floor. Touch your knees. Simon said, touch your knees. Simon says, do a star jump. So feet out and in, and arms out and in. Simon says, stop. Simon says, kick with your legs. So kick in, out forward with your legs. Simon says, touch your bottom. Simon says, touch your knees. Touch your toes. Ooh, did you do it? Straighten your legs. Simon says, can you get your legs straight? Simon says, jump up and down. We get used to doing some jumping. Simon says, reach up tall. Simon says, stop. Okay, if you want to pause the video there and play Simon Says for a little bit longer with an adult or someone in your household. But hopefully your body's nice and warm now and you're ready for our jumping activities. Hi, welcome back. Hopefully you're nice and warm after our Simon Says game and are ready for jumping activities. Remember, you need a nice clear space and a nice flat surface to land on. Now, before we go into our jumping activities, we're going to go through some safety things to make sure we land really safely, as that's super important so we don't hurt ourselves. So when we are landing in jumping, whether we land on 1 foot or 2, so both feet, we always need to try and land on our feet, not our bottoms. So landing on 1 or 2 feet. When we are landing, we also need to make sure we bend our knees, so we've got nice soft knees. If you've ever tried to land with straight legs, it's not very nice, it's really uncomfortable. So we need to make sure we've got nice soft knees, bent knees. Soft knees and soft ankles so we don't hurt ourselves. We also need to stick our bottoms out as if we're sitting on a chair. Have our eyes looking forward rather than down at the floor. And if you want to, arms out in front for balance to stop you wibbling and wobbling. And whatever jump we do, always try and remember those things. Soft knees, bottom sticking out, eyes forward, arms out for balance. Okay, we're going to play Can You Copy Me? And we're going to try and explore different ways that we can jump, sometimes using 2 feet, sometimes using just 1 foot. And we're going to meet some different animals along the way. Okay, difficult to see because it's backwards for you, but this one says rabbit, okay? And we're going to have a go at starting on 2 feet and landing on 2 feet like a rabbit, okay? So we're going to start on 2 feet. We might have our feet a little bit apart, so maybe they're in line with our shoulders. We're going to start with bent knees because we want to really explode, and we're going to land on 2 feet. And remember, soft knees when we land. So our rabbit is start on 2, land on 2. Can you copy me? 2 feet to 2 feet. And you might have a go at doing your rabbit in different directions. So I might face this way. Or I might turn and face this way. You could also have a go at doing your rabbit sideways. Or backwards. Be careful, bend those knees, remember. Forward. Okay, always remembering to start on 2 feet, land on 2 feet. Okay, give the rabbit a go. Okay, the next one we're going to do is 1 foot to the opposite foot. Okay, so we're going to start on 1 foot and land on the other foot. So this time, we're going to start on 1 foot and land on the other foot. Okay, and I sometimes think about this one being like an astronaut on the moon, because on the moon it's really hard to stay on the floor and you do really big jumping strides, okay? So we're going to start on 1 foot and land on the other foot, making sure you have nice soft knees when you land. Do you want to give that one a go? 1 foot to the other foot, that's our wallaby. Okay, so we've met the rabbit, we've met the wallaby. Let's just recap on what the rabbit and the wallaby looks like. So rabbit, remember, starting on 2 feet and landing on 2 feet with nice soft knees, okay? And our wallaby was a bit different. It was starting on 1 foot, landing on the opposite foot. Okay, so starting on one, landing on the other. All right, so if I say rabbit, I'd like you to do the rabbit jump, and if I say wallaby, I'd like you to show me the one to the other. Wallaby, astronaut, you decide. Okay, let's start with rabbit. Can you jump like a rabbit? Wallaby. Make sure it looks different. Bend your knees as you land. Wallaby. Maybe you did it off the other leg this time. Rabbit. Rabbit. Wallaby. Rabbit. Okay, hopefully you're starting to remember the rabbit and the wallaby. We're now going to add another type of jump and another animal. This one is the squirrel, okay? I'm not saying squirrels necessarily jump like this, but it's a way of making it different. And this time, we're going to jump on 1 foot and land on the same foot. So it's going to be a big hop, 1 foot to the same foot, okay? So I might start on my left foot and bring my right knee up, and then I'm going to land on the same foot, still the left knee and bend the knee, okay? Or I might start on the right foot and land on the right foot and bend the knee, okay? This one's a little bit trickier, landing on one foot, so take your time and really make sure you're nice and balanced and safe on your landing. One foot to the same foot. Okay, so that was the squirrel. So we've now got the rabbit, the wallaby, and the squirrel. Let's just remind ourselves what those jumps look like. Rabbit, 2 feet to 2 feet, soft knees. Wallaby, 1 foot to the other foot. And squirrel, 1 foot to the same foot. Okay, hopefully you've remembered those 3 different jumps and 3 different animals. The next one we're going to do is the hare, okay? And the hare is going to start on 1 foot and land on 2 feet, okay? Which is what we do when we do long jump. So you're going to start on 1 foot, but then you're going to land nice and safe on 2. And you can have a go at starting on different feet, always landing on 2. That's our hare. 1 foot to 2 feet. Give the hare a go. This one, you might be able to jump really far as well, 1 foot to 2 feet. Wow, guys, you're doing such a good job. So we've now got 4 different jumps. The rabbit, the wallaby, the squirrel, and the hare. Wow, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to remember all 4 of those. Maybe you might be able to help me. What was the first jump we did? I think that was the rabbit. That was starting on 2, landing on 2. Hopefully you remembered the rabbit as well. What was the next one we met? These animals are found in Australia. It was the wallaby, okay? And how did the wallaby jump? It was a bit like an astronaut on the moon. It was 1 foot to the other foot. And you could try that on whichever feet you like. So 1 foot to the other foot was the wallaby. Oh, let's remember the squirrel, because that was a bit different too. It was using 1 foot, but it was starting on 1 foot and landing on the same foot. So 1 foot to the same foot, like a giant hop. And then the one we've just met was the hare. And it's always the hardest one to remember, the one that we've just done. So what did we do for the hare? We started on 1 foot, but we didn't land on 1. We actually landed on 2. So it was 1 foot to 2 feet for the hare. Wow, we've now got 4 different animals. I wonder if you'll be able to remember those. Let's give it a go. Maybe your adult might be able to help you by writing them down and maybe holding them up as well, see if that helps you. Okay, let's begin with the rabbit. Hopefully you remember that one, rabbit. 2 feet to 2 feet. Did you get it right? Okay, your next one is going to be the hare. Oh, the one we've just done. What was that like? It was 1 foot to 2 feet. Hopefully you got that one right as well. This time we're going to try the squirrel. Oh, how did the squirrel jump? If you're not sure, maybe your adult or somebody in your household can help you. The squirrel was the giant hop. 1 foot to the same foot. Okay, let's go back to one we did earlier, which was the wallaby. How did the wallaby jump? It was different from the squirrel. It was 1 foot to the other foot. Hopefully you got that one right as well. Okay, and we've got 1 more jump, or 1 more animal to meet to make it 5. Wow, and there's 1 more combination of jumps that we haven't yet done, and I think it's probably the trickiest one. It's the hare backward. So the hare was 1 foot to 2 feet. What could the kangaroo be? If the hare was 1 to 2, the kangaroo is start on 2, land on 1. And I think it's tricky landing on just 1 foot. So 2 feet to 1 foot. See how you get on with having a go at 2 feet to 1 foot like the kangaroo. Okay, so we've gone through all 5 there. Some you might really like because you think you can jump really far. Some might be a little bit tricky remembering, or maybe landing really safely. But hopefully you've enjoyed having a go at those. Okay, for the next activity, we're going to try and think about jumping as far as we can. So using some or all of the different 5 jumps that we've been learning in those 5 animals, I want you to explore which ones you think can get you the furthest. Welcome back, jumpers. You're probably feeling really warm now, and maybe your muscles might be getting a little bit tired, but you're doing such a good job. And not only are we getting better at our jumping skills, we're also being able to remember those different jumps as well as copying them. Okay, right. I don't know which jump you chose, but hopefully you found one that you think you could jump the furthest. For me, I think I could probably do the rabbit, the 2 feet to 2 feet, the furthest. Or maybe the hare, 1 foot to 2 feet. Maybe you thought the same, maybe you thought different. We're all now going to jump like rabbits, which was the 2 feet to 2 feet jump, making sure we land nice and softly by bending our knees. So we're going to have a little go at doing what's called a standing long jump. Because long jump in athletics is about how far we can jump, and we want to try and jump as far as we can. So for this activity, we've just got 2 markers. I've got a marker where I'm going to jump from, and then I've got a marker where I'm going to land, or hopefully somebody might be able to help me to show where I'm going to land. Okay, so if you've got an adult or somebody in your household that can support you to help you to mark where you land. So I'm going to start by my orange marker cone and have my toes behind the marker, so they're not in front of it, they're behind it. I'm going to put my pack of tissues in my hand because I'm on my own here, and this is going to mark where I land when I land on 2 feet with soft knees. And I'm going to think about what I have to do with my body to jump as far as I can like a rabbit. So hopefully you're already starting to think about, what could I do with my body to jump as far as I can? Because maybe you've already worked that out from earlier. So I'm going to start behind my line, and I'm going to start with bent knees because I think I need to be springy like a rabbit in order to jump as far as I can. I'm also going to look forward rather than down so I can keep my body up. I wonder what you would suggest me to do with my arms in order to jump as far as I can. Because if I don't use them, they're not going to be very helpful. And I want to jump far, so I'm going to think about swinging my arms forwards and backwards to get more power into my jump. Okay, so putting all those things together, knees bent, eyes forward, swinging our arms forwards and backwards, and landing on 2 feet with soft knees. Here we go. Okay, now where I land, I'm going to put my tissues down just to the side, and I'm going to put them at the back of my foot, my heel, to show my marker. Okay, and if you've got an adult with you, they might be able to help you to mark that so it's nice and accurate. It was exactly where you landed, and it should be the back of your foot, not your toe, your heel. And now I've got a personal best, a PB, something that I'm going to try and beat. So that's my goal. Make sure you put your marker to the sides of where you're jumping because you don't want to land on it. So on my next jump, I'm going to see if I can work even harder to try and beat my personal best. Okay? Right, if you'd like to pause the video and get yourself a couple of markers and hopefully somebody to help you to see how far you can jump like a rabbit, 2 feet to 2 feet. Hi, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed jumping as far as you could like your rabbit, 2 feet to 2 feet. And hopefully you're able to beat your personal best. So you're moving your marker a little bit further away each time. And if you want to, maybe you could have a go at measuring your distance. So if you've got a tape measure or a ruler or something like that at home, maybe your adult can help you to see if they could stretch it out from the start point to where you land to see how far you jumped. And that's a really really good way of bringing in some numbers and some maths into our PE. Okay, we're now on to our final activity where we're going to do a steeplechase. A steeplechase is an athletics competition that they do on the track. It's a running activity, but it also includes some jumping. Okay, and we're going to think about jumping far and also now high. Okay, so in a moment we're going to be moving around our space like we're running in our steeplechase race. If I say the word gate, you're going to try and jump as high as you can and think about what you're going to need to do with your body to jump really high. If I say water, you're going to try and jump as far as you can. And again, think about what you need to do with your body to try and jump as far as you can. Just think about what we did with the rabbit. If I say fall, you're going to have a go at jumping side to side. It might be 2 feet to 2 feet. It might be 1 foot to 1 foot, or you can decide. And finally, if I say win, it's like you've won the steeplechase race and you're going to do lovely skipping, hopefully getting your knees up nice and high. And if you want to wave your arms because you've won the race, that's awesome too, because you worked really hard today. Okay, so let's just recap and I'll show you what those look like. So as we move around, if I say gate, you're going to jump as high as you can. Think about what you need to do that with your body. If I say water, you're going to jump as far as you can. If I say fall, you're going to jump from side to side, and that could be 1 foot or 2. And if I say win, you're going to skip nice high knees, and you can always do opposite knee to opposite elbow. Or if you want to wave your arms in victory, that's cool too. Okay, are we ready for our steeplechase race? On your marks, set, go. So moving around your space, get ready for your first obstacle. Gate, high as you can. And carry on running your race. Gate. Gate. Water, as far as you can. Fall, side to side. It might be 2 feet to 2 feet. You might try 1 to 2 or 1 to the other. And off we go again. Water. Did you do the rabbit or did you choose a different jump? Gate. Water. And win. High knee skipping. Up to you if you want to wave those arms as well. And stop there. Obviously, if you want to play that game of steeplechase a little bit longer, hopefully your adult or somebody in your household can call out the commands of gate, water, fall, and win, and you can play that game for a little bit longer. Whew. I'm worn out, guys. Hopefully you'll join us for our second PE lesson later on this week, which is also going to be on jumping, and we're going to be looking at different combinations, different patterns of jumps that we can do in a row, and thinking about jumping as high as we can. And remember, stay safe, stay active, stay healthy.